What is up, everyone? This is Prasanna Balakrishnan back again for the preview and predictor lineup for Chelsea versus West Bromwich Albion. League football is finally back after 2 weeks, and so let's get started. So Chelsea are coming up against the West Bromwich Albion side, who are currently 19th in the league and 10 points from safety. They have scored only like 20 goals, but have conceded 57 goals in the 29 games. There is 9 games left to play in the league, and it will be a very tall order for them to battle relegation. Even though their manager Sam Allardyce has been a very big expert in saving teams from relegation after coming to them when they are in a relegation spot. We can only remember the teams like Sunderland and Crystal Palace just from the past few seasons. 2015-16, Sunderland were going nowhere. He came and completely turned their fortunes around, and he made them stay up. Same for Crystal Palace, 2016-17, the next season. They were going absolutely nowhere, and he came, steadied the ship, and they survived. 2017-18, he came into Everton, and he kind of got them to a decent finish. And he came mid-season. This season also is the same case, but the problem is, this time I feel it's a much harder ask for him to avoid relegation, even though he is a big expert at it. And in those 2 seasons which I spoke, 2015-16 and 2016-17, in the run where he had to avoid relegation, guess who he beat? Yeah, it was Chelsea. Twice. So we cannot take them lightly. West Brom in their last 5 games have conceded only 2 goals. They have kept 3 clean sheets, and they have every reason to be a bit optimistic. And Sam Allardyce has been unbeaten against Chelsea in his last 3 league games, one with Everton, which ended 0-0. And but I think Chelsea do have enough going forward. Goal scoring has been a very big problem for us. We have not scored many goals, but we have not hardly conceded. So that kind of balances out. If we can get our scoring act together, we'll be a very dangerous team. And I feel the defensive priorities, they have been clearly set. He also mentioned in his press conference that keeping the ball is one way to defend. Well, when you're keeping the ball, when you just play it between yourselves, you're kind of giving yourself time to relax and pick out a pass, and you also kind of tire out the opposition in that way. So let's go on to the team news. Tuchel in his press conference confirmed that Thiago Silva is back in training. Callum Hudson-Odoi is back in training. Jorginho is back in training. But Tammy Abraham is also back in training. The injury concern is that N'Golo Kante and Hudson Odoi both came to Cobham with injuries after coming back from international duties. So both of them will be missing out. And apart from that, we do have a strong team to play out against West Brom, and I think we should be in a position to beat them. But I think it will be a very, very tough game. We all know about Sam Allardyce. He knows to sit back and defend and put men on the counter. They are going to keep obviously 10 men behind the ball, and it will be very, very difficult to for us to break through them. And given that we haven't been scoring goals freely off late, it will be a very, very tough ask to get past that West Brom side. So we should try to play through the middle as well as use our flank, not just because they are so capacity packed through the midfield. We should not just put it out the wings and just hope for a random cross and then hope someone gets on the end of it. No, that just doesn't work. If you're playing Giroud up top, yeah, that will definitely work. But if you're playing Timo Werner up top, who is not that tall, the ball over the top is actually a very good option where he can use his pace and run. Speaking of Timo Werner, he missed a very, very big opportunity, very easy chance for Germany against North Macedonia when they lost, shockingly, in the World Cup qualifiers. But Tuchel has assured him that focus on your training and abilities. I'm sure the goals will come. And I think that's the right attitude, because Timo Werner, you see, there are comparisons with Morata, etc. But I think he is way better than Morata. At least he gives his 100% every game. He runs, he tracks back, he's defending, he's creating chances. Morata, on the other hand, if he had a bad game, he would just keep strolling around. So that's the one big difference between Werner and Morata. And I think Werner, and Tuchel has confirmed that Werner will start this game. So with that in mind, we will go to our 1 to 11, and then we can go to some stats. So, so the 1 to 11 is on here. Um, we'll go with the conventional 3-4-2-1, which Tuchel has liked playing for Chelsea. And given that Hudson Odoi and Kante are out, the team news becomes a little bit easier, can we say? Goalkeeper, obviously, Edouard Mendy, no doubts about that. The back three, Aspilicueta, Christensen, and Zuma. I would go with that because Zuma has also been in very good form. Christensen has been in terrific form for club and country. Whenever he has played, he's hardly looked like conceding goals. Aspilicueta is back to his best, back to what we all know what he can do defensively. And the four midfielders in front of them, on the right wing back side, Reece James, straightforward option. Hudson Odoi is injured, so Reece James goes there. The two in the middle, Jorginho and Kovacic will play. Kante is not there, so obviously Jorginho and Kovacic will play. Left wing back, I would go with Ben Chilwell. He's been in very good form. You can even make a case for Alonso, but I feel Ben Chilwell um, offers that pace as well. He can track back and he can also put in a good cross. So I would go with Ben Chilwell in this one. The two in front of them, I would go with say Mason Mount and Kai Havertz. Mount, you will find him very hard to drop. He's been in terrific form for club and country for the past few games, and Kai Havertz has got a new lease of life, you could say, under Thomas Tuchel. He's creating chances, he's getting the ball, and he feels that he is starting well at Chelsea now, even though it's a bit late. But you feel that his best is yet to come. I think he'll come better much next year at Chelsea Football Club. Up top, striker Timo Werner, confirmed by Tuchel in his press conference. I think he will somehow get a goal. It will be very tough for him given the defense of West Bromwich Albion because they will be defending in blocks, 2 blocks of 4 basically. So it'll be very hard to get past it. But I think for the pace of Werner and his ability to get behind the defenders, I think he is a very good prospect for the game, and I think he will score a lot. He will score goals, hopefully 1 or even 2. Let's go into some stats. Chelsea against West Bromwich Albion are unbeaten in 17 home games in all competitions. If we win this one or even draw this one, it will be 18 games, but we obviously look for the win. And it's been the reverse. How can I forget the reverse fixture? I mean, we were all over the place in the first half defensively. 3-0 down in the first half. 2 goals from Callum Robinson. Our defense was absolutely non-existent. Thiago Silva made a mistake, and Reece James was not covering 1 goal, and that was very hard. We somehow came to draw 3-3, but that just wasn't enough for the victory. And we kind of huffed and puffed, but we couldn't beat West Bromwich Albion that day. So this time, hopefully, we hope to put bad things right. Let's look at some West Brom stats. They have 3 clean sheets in the last 5 games, as I told before. Chelsea are undefeated against West Brom with 16 home league games. This one will make it 17. So those are like the basic stat which you want to see, and we can only hope that we can score like 2 or 3 goals, and hopefully we won't concede, because that's been a strength which is in defense, but we hardly concede. The players to watch for West Bromwich Albion, one of them would be Yokosulu. Hopefully I got the name right. He's been very impressive in the heart of the midfield for Baggies since his loan move from Celta Vigo at early 2021. He also helped his side Turkey in the international break go unbeaten in 3 World Cup qualifiers. Conor Gallagher, one of our low youth products, so has gone out on loan. Obviously, he cannot play against his parent club, so that will be a big headache for Sam Allardyce, given that he's been a very instrumental part in their midfield, and he's also kind of staked a claim for next season. And as Thomas Tuchel has reportedly mentioned that he's considering Conor Gallagher to be starting for next season. So that is my preview. I predicted 1-11. Let me go with my prediction. I think it will be a very tough game. West Brom are going to sit in two banks of four, but I think we still have the quality to beat West Bromwich Albion. We should be stronger than West Bromwich Albion, and I go for a 2-1 Chelsea win. I think it will be a very hard fought draw because they have gone on and drawn at Man City. They have drawn at Liverpool. So it is never a hard task. And Sam Allardyce, we all know, likes to play against us. As I mentioned earlier, he beat us with Sunderland. He beat us with Crystal Palace. He beat us with Crystal Palace at Stamford Bridge, by the way. That was not at Selhurst Park. So, and we all know Sam Allardyce, he needs one win to kind of catapult him their chances. And I think we should be very, very strong against them. We cannot take them for granted. And I think we will beat them 2-1. If you're new around here, consider liking this video. Subscribe to my channel, Prasanna Balakrishnan, for more content. I will be doing Chelsea content and more of cricket content as well. And subscribe to my channel. And do share this video amongst your fellow Chelsea fans and football fans. I'm out of here.